Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Pepe, and today we are reviewing the Domain 1 Professional Practice and Ethics, and we are in subcategory H, which is review payment, fees, and insurance benefits with the client. With this domain, it's important to have everything in writing similar to the previous domains, as well as go over it in a language that the client understands. And by this, if you are putting legal language in your intake, then please be mindful of making sure that the client understands the different payments, how they are to pay, um, any other fees such as cancellation fees, any legal fees or any subpoena fees that may arise, as well as what is covered if the client is using insurance. And with insurance, it is a little bit tricky because when the clinician or the counselor is putting in um, the different insurance codes, they are asked information about the session, such as clinical notes, techniques, or other information, much like what theoretical framework was used or what treatment plan is being developed with the client. So it's important for the client to understand that that information is being shared, in this case, with a third party, and that third party being the insurance company. Now, there has been some controversy over some of the ethical dilemmas and how much is to be shared with insurance companies. But again, that's something to keep in mind as you are studying for the NCE. Another thing to understand is that if you are not a counselor that is what the insurance consider in network, which means that you have not agreed to the insurance reimbursement rates. So, an in network provider, they sign a legal document saying that they agree with the different insurance codes as well as the reimbursement rates set forth by the insurance companies. If a counselor is not in network, then they would be considered an out of network provider, meaning that they can charge whichever fees they would like, not limited to the stipulations set forth by the insurance companies. So it's important to explain that to the client in a language that they understand. And again, it can be quite tricky because there's a lot of terminology involved, especially if you're explaining it in a language that is not English. Many of the terminologies may not be as familiar, or they may not be aware of the different terminologies because likely in their home country, if they're immigrants or refugees, then they probably didn't have to deal with a lot of those insurance, kind of the working with it. So that is one thing to consider. Again, explaining it, putting it in a written format is crucial so the client understands what is the expectation.